What's up, guys? Matthew getting ready to watch Season 3, Episode 3 of My Hero Academia. We are into this sort of training camp arc. We've been introduced to Pixie Bob, who is a pedophile, Mandalay, and Kota. A surprisingly... Again, we only got some flashes and a couple sentences, but a surprisingly, emotional hitter of a backstory for this character. So I would assume that he is going to play a huge part in this arc. Obviously. Again, I made two predictions. Not two predictions, but I said two different paths that the story could go for the sort of Deku-Kota relationship or mindset in the sense of either Deku's going to do something to make Kota believe in or be okay with or understand or respect heroes and sort of honor the memory of his parents in some sort of way. I don't know if that makes sense. Or it's going to be a situation where Deku realizes that you can't change everyone's mind. You can't make everyone like you, and you also can't make everyone just like certain ideologies and opinions as a whole. You know what I mean? If Kota, especially since he's a stubborn child, but I said from a writing standpoint, I would want the second thing to happen, but from like a wholesome I love Deku moment, I would want the first one to happen. But and obviously, you've always got to mention the League of Villains are always lurking in the background. So we will see what they will do. I'm ready to hop straight into the episode. If you guys do like the video, drop a like, leave a comment. I'd really appreciate it. I have got the flying directions up on Patreon. I'm multiple weeks ahead. Check the YouTube comments to see the exact episode I'm currently on. And if you do enjoy the content that I make for the channel, I would really appreciate it if you subscribed. Let's get into episode 3. I forgot about these guys. Did they...
We're focusing on our quirks?
I'm going to assume that they did the same exact thing with Class B, except they just started them in a different spot. Is this guy this guy's fucking evil, I think.
Yeah, can you be more specific?
When your muscle fibers are
Kiri.
overused, they break and grow back tougher, thicker. Quirks are the same way. They improve the harder you push them.
You're scaring me.
After every workout. In other words,
And I might be completely off basis. Like, people call me stupid for predicting this guy's a bad guy, but I thought that the way that it was edited in last episode made me suspicious of him.
His body gets accustomed to the cold, and he works on controlling his flames.
Wow.
Someday he might be able to use both at once.
Of course he will.
Having him produce tape continuously will increase his capacity.
So you're telling me that this man Zero is essentially just edging?
Ojiro. Every time Ojiro hits Kirishima's hardened skin with his tail, both of their
I was gonna say that they're making each other hard.
Yuga Aoyama. He's building up his body by blasting naval laser. This increases the attack's range and lets him use it even.
He's coming. He's just coming over and over.
Also stuffing her face, she hopes to amp up her creation quirk and shorten the amount of time needed for her to use it. Kyokujiro.
Why is she eating though? Why is she eating?
They're improving their quirks by having Shoji quickly create multiple dupla arms and hunt down Hagakure, who is working on her stealth.
But Hagakure should already have perfect stealth! If you're telling me that Hagakure is bad at stealth, then how did she get into the program? Because she should have no other strength other than that.
But we don't have time for that. Your class has a lot of work to do.
Once we team up with Class A, there'll be 40 students here. That's a whole lot of quirks for our homeroom teachers.
Yeah, they'll be able to handle it. I mean, as long as Bakugo doesn't get into a fight.
That's correct! 4 kittens in 1 litter!
Another one! Ragdoll.
I'm Ragdoll and my quirk is Search. I can look it up to 100 people and know everything about them.
What do you mean everything? You're scaring me.
to beat you guys to a pulp.
I have questions about...
What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that you're going to abuse children?
Because boot camp. Class A's already sweating, so catch up quick. Come on, show me what you got.
5% Detroit Smash!
I do have a question. I never really thought of this before. I mean, I know that Deku is an All Might fanboy, and people would know that, but like, he's literally calling his fucking finishing moves the same as All Might's.
A lot going on at UA, so it's hard for us to spare much staff for the hero course first years.
Based on their
Is
experience...
Vlad evil? I don't... Am I being stupid for thinking this?
The quirk All Might passed on to me was more than I deserved. And then Gran Torino taught me how to use it in a way that wouldn't destroy my body.
You're overflowing with energy at the moment. With training, your body will hold it.
His voice is so heavenly. Who said that?
It's up to me to move forward and make this power my own.
That's right!
Kill him!
That weak quirk
Kill Tiger!
Make it stronger!
Yes, sir!
Uh-oh. This poor, like, he's being... Pixie Bob, why did you bring him here?
Anymore. If you guys want to eat, you'll have to make your own meals, starting with curry.
What, this isn't a fucking culinary class. We have to learn cooking skills?
I see. An important part of saving someone recovering from a disaster is providing for their physical needs, as well as...
Guys, I know in no world would we ever have to cook for fucking citizens.
Thank you, Ida.
I mean, from a hero perspective, this is stupid. From an actual, like, school perspective, teaching people how to make simple meals, that's pretty good.
like that. This is so beneath me!
I mean,
Rely on others.
you have to learn to use your powers in everyday life.
We did it!
If I got this at a restaurant, I'd send this crap back. But after
Jesus.
today, I'll eat every bite. Don't say that.
Whoa, you're scarfing, Momo. Yes, my quirk.
I was gonna say, I thought Ashley was talking to Sarah again. I was about to call him out I was about to call her for being a horn dog. Damn, he's fucking torturing himself out of depression.
Heard that. You must be hungry. Here, I brought you some curry.
No way!
Yeah, I could see a world in which he tries so hard to be, like, connect to him that it doesn't work. But I think it will. I hope it will.
Gets cold.
Whatever. I'm just fine. Get lost. I don't want to hang out with you, so forget about my secret hideout.
This is a secret.
Why would you admit that this is your secret hideout?
Spending your entire life trying to improve your quirk. It's dumb.
I mean,
All you want to do is
nuh-uh.
show off. Get lost.
That's the first thing I really don't agree with that he said, but
Wondering.
no, don't ask
Are the
him.
Water hose heroes with
Oh,
the
damn.
quirks?
Did Mandalay tell you?
No, it's well, sorry.
You did recon.
I heard a little about what happened to them, and based on that information, I figured. I remember reading about that horrible.
How heroic were they?
Killing each other because of it? Always focusing on their quirks? If they hadn't been showing off, they'd still be here.
This man must have the most powerful quirk of all time.
Just heroes. Kota hates quirks, and this entire superhuman society.
Uh-oh.
We're done here. Go back to camp with the
You
others.
better make sure he's on your side before fucking the League of Villains comes and swoops him up.
So much and wanted to be one. Thing is, you can't usually become a hero unless you've got some kind of quirk. But still, my friend refused to accept that.
I was gonna rag on Hagakure again. I'll keep my mouth shut.
To use telekinesis and to breathe fire.
Didn't brush his teeth.
There are lots of different ways to think about.
He's
how
so inspirational. He inspires me. Deku motivates me to be a better man.
completely. It's just going to make life harder in so many ways.
Will you just leave me alone already? Go away!
I'm sorry. I guess I have a habit of rambling sometimes.
Leave the kid alone. You have to do this in small doses. He's gonna eat it with a tear rolling down his cheek.
Just stop it.
We're either looking at the birth of an excellent hero, or... What the fuck was that?
Not like
Or the League of Villains trying to recruit this motherfucker?
They're engineered for the black market, from what I hear. You should be worried that they work.
Okay, I was getting mustard. He's gas.
I'm just saying they could be a little more stylish. Is that too much to ask?
Hi, darlings. Sorry to keep you waiting.
Oh my god.
Get to work.
I don't have any room to write these motherfuckers.
I don't care. Just let me loose.
Why do you need all these villains to beat up children?
Shut your mouth, you crazy bastard. We wait.
His voice is
We're
awesome.
still expecting 3 more people to join our little party. The League of Villains made a mistake going after them with a bunch of random thugs at the U.S.
These are hired hitmen with specific powers.
The first thing we have to do
We're gonna
is
slowly...
take away their sense of peace.
We're going to slowly kill them one by one. I mean, but like, Aizawa is here as well. And so are these 4 pedophile people.
You have much to improve here.
You bums. You fucking bums.
Uraraka, Aoyama, the same goes for you. Your team didn't fail, but you were very close.
Hey!
You passed the proverbial finish line by only a hair.
Hey, I don't care.
That bad.
I don't care. We won. Don't lump me in with these bums.
And no matter what you're doing, just remember where you started from. Don't forget who you were before UA. Always keep
Why is Aizawa so serious?
keep getting tested. That's what it means to improve.
Where I started, who I am.
how I got
Oh,
here.
bunch of great cuts.
Hey, that reminds me, Mr. Aizawa, it's already the 3rd day of camp.
Weren't you listening? Stay.
Motherfucker, I'm talking to you, Teach!
I mean, the other teachers from UA will be joining us?
Like I said before we came out here, to keep the camp a secret from the villains.
It didn't
hardly
work.
anyone knows where we are.
The one fucking person you told.
For better or for worse, that's what he gets for standing out so much.
Seems like...
At least we get to beat Class A, am I right?
Dude. He's so fucking obsessed.
Hey, you're not plus ultra yet.
Right!
Dude, like, my heart's beating. Like, they're so fucking intense.
That knife, it's weird.
What do you mean it's weird?
Why?
How can you people be so damn bad at everything?
Dude, why is Bakugo so competent at literally everything except emotional control?
You asked Mr. Aizawa about him.
Yeah, I did. Because of Kota.
Kota? Who's that?
Wow, you're not paying attention around here?
He's Mandelay's cousin's... Hold on. Where did he go?
Is he in your fucking head?
Probably to his hideout.
Is he in your fucking head? Is this your inner subconscious talking to yourself? This is the inner Mr. Robot in me coming out.
It depends.
Of course, sorry I asked.
Jesus Christ, dude, have a fucking conversation, Deku.
It's like a pretty irritating conversation. What matters are actions. You have to show him what you're trying to prove, right? If you're going to rely on words alone...
If only we had a group of villains here to threaten him so we could save him.
Near as much as what you actually do.
So when I saw this timid, quirkless boy try to save a life, it inspired me to act too.
We're gonna have to manipulate him to be put in a situation so that he can save Deku.
How can I, a stranger, say anything to him?
I don't know what your goal is when it comes to this child, but it sounds to me like you shouldn't be sticking...
I mean, hey, if fucking Pixie Bob and Co. are grooming children, why not I?
It can be annoying.
Right. Sorry about that.
You guys, your hands aren't moving.
Sorry,
Well,
Tenya.
do if you stop now.
Perfect. We filled our bellies and cleaned the
We're like halfway done this fucking training camp. I want more focus on Class B, baby.
We're gonna win.
Not so fast. It pains me to say it, but the remedial class will be having lessons with me tonight instead.
Oh, no.
Sorry. Your training during the day didn't...
Dude, they're like working them like dogs.
Revelry in the dark.
Why does he keep saying that?
I knew he's scaring me. He sounds like he's fucking brainwashed.
See who your partner will be.
If we're in
Come on, something good, something uncommon.
There are 20 of us, but 5 in extra lessons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Well, that's not fair.
We were randomly assigned. It's not that nobody chose you or anything.
Come on, why can't we throw him in a team of 3?
Listen up, Dale.
He's so scary.
Please switch me partners. I should be with her.
No trading. Yo, I'm about to punch you, Tokoyami.
Next team.
Well, I mean, of course, Hagakure. We're spawn camping Hagakure and Jiro.
That's Kyoka and Toru, I think. Here, take my hand. Don't be afraid.
Guys, what do you mean? What do you mean afraid? It's a fucking test. You know that the only other people who can scare people are your classmates. So just don't get scared at all.
Nice going, Kota. You managed to scare everybody so far, you big creeper.
Yeah, you're the star of the night.
I can't get over how funny Bakugo and Todoroki were.
Wow.
Now that you mention it, it's kind of smoky out here.
Maybe Bakugo and Todoroki
Oh, okay.
got so scared.
Is this the league? I was gonna say, is it this motherfucker from the filler? The second filler? Not filler, the second OVA?
The smoke. It's poisonous.
We're fucking gassing children. That's how serious this shit has gotten. Ooh! What is that?
Now, it begins.
Is it just straight up, like, just fire, or? Oh my god!
Take them down.
Where's Aizawa? They waited for...
Hero.
Oh, no! Be careful, please!
The Vanguard Action Squad of the League of Villains.
Vanguard.
We'll tear them off.
Oh my god, these are the front liners right here, baby.
Let's get rid of these
Damn.
feral cats.
What?
Kill them.
No way. I thought they made sure no one could find
So I would assume that they waited to strike until Aizawa took away the bums.
Where's Kota?
He's right there. damn. Holy fuck. We're going straight for him. Man, I love the show. I mean, you guys know me. I'll keep repeating, and it's sort of in the same vein as One Piece, you know what I mean? And obviously, I'm gonna say I've only watched like 40 episodes of My Hero compared to 1,000 episodes of One Piece, so I like One Piece more, you know what I mean? But My Hero is in that vein of show that are just able to have not only a really funny, a really wholesome, you know what I mean, episode, but they're also able to make it really emotional. They're able to make it very scary and creepy and like some serious shit happening, like, you know what I mean, a kid's parents dying, fucking gassing children, you know what I mean, like, I really like that. Now, obviously, you know what I mean? Looking at it just from the perspective of the fact that all of our main characters are children. You know, the League of Villains isn't going to fucking eradicate. They're not going to fucking perform genocide on our main characters. It's not going to happen. But they're able to still make it serious and, like, you know what I mean? Like, at no point do I, like, step back and go, oh, well, these villains are bums. They're not going to kill all these children. No, they're menacing. In some weird, sick and twisted way. I don't know. The plan. So it obviously has to be. Is it just as simple as killing Deku? You know what I mean? Like, is that just simply the plan? If we want to get to All Might in some sort of way, is that? Are we gonna like kidnap him and force All Might to give in his life, or you know, what's going on there? I would definitely be intrigued to know. And then also, this is something that I probably should know, and I don't know if they said it, but I'm going to assume so. Obviously, All For One knows, you know what I mean? He knows all the lore. He and All Might know all the lore. So I would have to assume that he knows that Deku has the power of One For All, right? Again, this is something that it might have been said already, and I didn't remember it happening, but like I'm just thinking logically here. That should be a thing, right? Like he should just automatically know that he has that power. I think so. I think that should work like that. Like I didn't have any like immediate relevance, but it was just something I was thinking of. Like this, but I think so. I'm liking this Kota storyline. I don't like the fact that they named him Kota when we already have a Kota in the show. But other than that small little teensy pet peeve, I like the storyline. It's sort of like and it's something I've said since the very beginning of the show. Like I've said, Deku is not only going to be an amazing hero. Obviously, I've heard the narration, but I mean, not only is Deku going to be an amazing hero, but he's also going to be an amazing friend, an amazing leader, an amazing teacher. I like this. It's almost putting Deku in a position of not power, but like, you know, trying to help someone out specifically, because obviously that's what a hero does. And he's already done that with people like, you know, Todoroki and all that. But I mean, seeing someone younger than him, I think it has more impact emotionally for me. Especially just because of, again, there are some similarities between Kota and young Deku. You know, maybe he sees a little bit of himself in it and is trying to help him. But again, I want to repeat, I could see a scenario in which the message doesn't get through. I want to repeat, I hope it does. I would maybe tear up, you know what I mean? Because this show's so good with the emotions already. But I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna go on a little tangent here. It's so funny. I know that, you know, the couple of people that watch these My Hero videos, they're really big fans, and I'm so appreciative. And I say it almost every episode. Like when I say something, I don't want it to be taken the wrong way. Like, I don't want anyone to think I'm shitting on it or anything like that, but I just want to say this. Speaking about Hagakure in particular, because again, I want to repeat, and you guys who have watched my reactions, you guys know how much I love Hagakure. Probably the funniest character in the show just from the looks. I love her for some reason. Like, screen time compared to actual, like, being an important character, and yet me loving them, Hagakure is at the top of the fucking graph, you know what I mean? How is she here? How did she get into Class A? I forget if she was one of the recommended students. But even then, like, how do you train to be more stealthy? You just be more quiet? But, like, she's not wearing clothing or anything. She's not withholding anything. So it should just be her tiptoeing around naked. You know what I mean? Like she should already have mastered that. And if she didn't master that, how did she get into this program? Because she has no strength. Unless I'm completely mistaken and there's some secret power. Again, they did the fucking breakdown in the season premiere. It didn't show any secret other power. She's literally just a normal-ass little teenage girl who is invisible at all points. Like, other than a stealth mission, she should, you know what I mean? So, I don't know. Again, I know that there's a lot of, there's different heroes for different moments, and she would be a great sort of recon hero or something like that. But I just mean, like, again, they talked about the flaws of the entrance exam. How did she make it through that? If she was fucking, given a recommendation, then I look really stupid. And, you know what I mean? I forgot that, and I apologize for that. Please correct me in the comments. But, like, come on now. Come on. And it's another thing, too, like, I don't know how to explain it. This is, obviously, Class A. The best heroes go here. You know, Monoma is real fucking antsy about this topic. But, like, the best heroes, or, like, the top prospects should be going to Class A. People like Ojiro. Ojiro, right? Yeah. I gotta make sure I don't fuck up these names. A character like Ojiro, has a tail? You know what I mean? Like, if we're trying to create, like, the next breed of, like, strongest heroes, wouldn't we want to take in more, like, unique or amazing powers? Like, he literally just has an extra arm and he's strong? Extra tail, which acts like an arm. You know what I mean? I don't know. This is just me being a little picky. Again, this is what I mean. And I think I haven't said this or made this clear. I'm so passionate about the show. I am so intrigued by the show. I'm so caught up in the show that I'm now, like, I feel like a fan on, like, fucking Reddit. I'm just talking about weird little quirky parts of the show. Because I'm invested in what I'm watching. Dude, this... Yeah, you guys can obviously tell, I have to film these something, like, pretty ahead of time. You know what I mean? And I watch them, like, a couple episodes a night, good decent amount a week. So they're back to back filming sometimes. I know the last couple episodes I've repeated how much I need to make a new character list. I'm gonna get to it, but oh my god, man, like, I am out of room. It's everywhere. Like, the names don't match with who they're. It's crazy. I need to make a fucking graph and put it up on one of my monitors to just fucking, like, with pictures and shit, like kids. Dude. But I like that. It's sort of it makes the world feel more alive in a certain way. I don't know if you guys can understand what I mean. Like, I feel like we're not, like, there's not, like, 3 characters recurring, and everyone else doesn't exist. Like, no, there's, like, a lot of people, and sometimes the characters are not focused on. Sometimes they're only there for one episode. But it feels like in a world in which the sort of prospect of everyone having a quirk is so important and so integral to the story, it makes sense for there to be a shit ton of heroes, a shit ton of people who you can't even keep track of. I really like that aspect. I really do. Let me see. I want to repeat, Dabi and Toga. I'm, again, specifically, the Mustard, and there's a whole bunch of these motherfuckers. Half of them are unnamed. But they look so fucking cool for some reason. They really, really do. It's funny. Obviously, I want the good guys. I want our heroes. I want them, I want our children to win and be safe. But I also want the villains to have a good showing, if that makes sense. Because, again, they're going up against children. They're going up against children. And they look pretty young themselves, but I mean, like, if these are some of the most important, most powerful people in the League of Villains, I want them to have some good showings here. I really do. And the final thing I do want to say, just looking forward to the next episode. I don't want to call it a problem. I hope people understand what I mean. Like, and again, this isn't like a necessary thing, but like, I hope in this battle here, I don't want fucking Deku and Todoroki and Bakugo to just wipe the competition and everyone fucking flounders. I want everyone to get some work in. Like, if we're going to keep being in situations in which our class is attacked, I don't want those top 3 to just save the day. Yes, they're going to be the strongest heroes in the future. That's undoubtedly going to be a thing. But I want others to shine. I want others to prove their worth, if that makes any sense. So, I don't know. And again, sort of tying into the Hagakure scenario or conversation I had earlier, like, I want her to be put into a situation in which she can do some fucking damage. You know what I mean? Like, in a little training arc where everyone's, like, actually, like, putting themselves through some fucking pain or, you know what I mean, really going for it. Hagakure's just staying away from Shoji's arms, right? That's all that she's doing? I don't know. Again, I don't have a problem. I just, and I want to repeat something about that too. I love Deku. Deku's my favorite character. I love Todoroki. Todoroki is probably my second or third favorite character. I love Bakugo. He's like my fifth or sixth favorite character. I'm not saying it as like, oh, I fucking hate our three main guys. Let other people cook. I'm not saying that out of like I'm getting too much of them. I'm just saying that out of I want even more of everyone else. But again, as I've said from the very beginning, you know, the first couple episodes when we got introduced to the class, I was immediately like, okay, I want to know everyone's backstory and everyone's life story and everyone's relationship. That obviously is probably not going to happen. But I will always hold out hope. I really will. That was a great episode. This arc has really started. We're already halfway through the training camp. I would have expected or wanted the Class B to get some focus, but again, we're now being attacked. Monoma, Kendo, Shiozaki? That is Shiozaki, right? Yeah, Shiozaki, I think. Well, I'm confused. I think that is Shiozaki, you know, the green sort of spiky thorny hair. But I find it kind of funny that in the first half of season 2, she got other than Class A students, she got to the furthest in the competition other than anyone, if I remember correctly. And yet she had like no dialogue. You know what I mean? And anytime they bring up Class B, Monoma or Kendo is the main focus. Again, I might be stupid and just being sort of, I don't know, just seeing someone with green hair and going, oh, that's Shiozaki. But I'm pretty sure it was Shiozaki. I think it was. So I don't know. And I don't know. But I'm interested to see the next episode. I really appreciate you guys for watching. If you guys do like the video, leave a comment. I'd really appreciate it. I have got the full-length reactions up on Patreon, and if you enjoy the content that I make for the channel, I would really appreciate it if you subscribed. It really does help me out. I will see you guys in a couple days. You guys have a good one.